Good evening. How are we all doing this evening? How are we all doing this evening? It's gonna get real queer real quick. That was for you, Tiff. Welcome to the Art Theater here in Long Beach. As you may know, we're here to see this amazing special viewing here of Born This Way. This is an amazing time to be in this, isn't it? A little sarcasm in there. We are in a time where we need more support, we need more advocacy, we need more love, we need more acceptance, we need more inclusion. And so what I want to make sure we do is acknowledge that there are challenges that we are facing within our LGBTQ plus community and our queer community. We want to acknowledge that we are here to celebrate diversity. We are here to empower our community. And we want to make sure that we supply a safe space. And this right here is a safe space, correct? Safe space, correct? So if you see me walking out of the women's restroom, it is correct. Do not need to tell me I'm in the wrong restroom, right? Oh. Yeah, you're gonna get a little Agio tonight. With that being said, I appreciate you all coming and showing yourselves in a way that, you know, we might hit some buttons tonight, and that's okay, right? I'm Italian. I hit buttons on people all the time, my whole life, but it's okay. What we want to do is, again, have constructive conversations and try to understand each other, right? That's what this is about. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get right into it here. I want to introduce, we're going to dive right in. First up, we have King Caleb Chaney. He is 17 years old, LGBTQ dancer, mentor, choreographer. That's right, I said 17 years old. His main focus is primarily in modern and contemporary dance. He will be attending Arizona State University, hoorah for that, yeah. In the fall, and his major is dance education. Can we get a big welcome to King? Let's go, bring it. I need to hear more because you all can't do that. So. That was amazing, King. We're going to bring up our next person. Our next guest is Rocky Roggio. That's right. I'm Italian. I can say that. Roggio. An independent filmmaker and production designer who fearlessly explores the intersection of the LGBTQ and Christian perspectives. Through her thought-provoking film 1946, Rocky tackles the controversial mistranslation, thank you, of the word homosexual in the Bible, shedding light on the complexities of faith and identity. As a proud member of the LGBTQIA+ community, Rocky's personal journey, which involved leaving her conservative religious parents after coming out, adds a profound depth to her artistic endeavors. Please give it up for Rocky.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight to support independent film, but more specifically, impact films that are designed to create real change and conversation in our communities. I want to thank Tatiana for inviting me out to participate this night and share a little bit about myself and the movie. I'm honored to be here with all y'all who played a part in making this film, Born This Way. If you're part of the crew or cast, I want to congratulate you and thank you for allowing me to be here with you tonight. Making an independent film is extremely difficult. It's not easy, y'all, I can say from experience. So I hope that you're all very proud of yourself and you enjoy this moment this evening as you prepare to share the film with audiences. May this experience surprise you, inspire you and viewers, but most importantly, encourage needed dialogue in our families, our churches, and throughout our communities. My name is Sharon Rocky Roggio, and I am the director of a film, you might have heard of it, called 1946, The Mistranslation That Shifted Culture. If you haven't heard of it, I encourage you to look it up. Like the Born This Way film, our film 1946 aims to shed light on the issues of LGBTQIA+ identities and faith. 1946 follows the story of timeless researchers who trace the origins of the anti-gay movement amongst Christians to a grave mistranslation of the Bible and cast significant doubt on any biblical bias for LGBTQIA+ prejudice. Yet while most of the documentary's content is rooted in research and scholarship, the heartbeat of the film are the personal stories of the creators, including my own. In a sense, my story is not exceptional. I was raised in a loving home, the daughter of a Christian pastor, whose parents believe that being gay is a sin. I carry tension, fear, and spiritual anxiety because of how my family believed. Then came an act that robbed me of being able to come out on my own terms. And what followed next was estrangement, heartbreak, and profound sadness. There existed an unspoken disconnect that felt irreparable. And through it all, there was a deep yearning for reconciliation and acceptance. While there are countless stories that are similar, my journey has been uniquely personal. Having worked for years in the film industry as a producer, I came across this research surrounding the mistranslation of the Bible, and my life completely changed. My mission and my purpose became clear. This research needs to be brought out into the world. What started out as a few cameras at a conference with a non-existent budget has absolutely blossomed into a movement that I could not have foreseen. Today, 1946 has an established, dedicated team of volunteers who have contributed their time, their money, and efforts to bring this film to light. We've received major donations from individuals, private organizations, churches, can you believe it, and crowdfunding. The production has been 100% bootstrapped through generous donations, and every single budgetary need was met exactly as we needed it, when we needed it. It was kind of a miracle, if you ask me, but also a testimony to how much this film is needed in the world. 1946 won't change everybody's minds. LGBTQIA+ discrimination has a lot of momentum that can't be stopped overnight. But if this research and these stories lead to productive conversations within communities of faith, then 1946's purpose will be fulfilled. But now more than ever, it is important for these conversations within our families. Much of the evangelical community are not bad people, but rather victims of bad theology just like we are. Biblical literalism has led to the marginalization of so many people, not just the gay community. But most families love each other, and where there is love, there is a willingness to learn. And where there is love, there is hope. I know that there is a lot of work to be done, but I believe that the 1946 project and projects like the Born This Way film are steps in the right direction. It means the world to me to see so many of you here tonight interested to learn more about the issues of LGBTQIA+ discrimination and the church. I also hope that these efforts of independent film inspire you to get involved in the fight for LGBTQIA+ equality. If you'd like to learn more about how you can support our efforts at 1946 The Movie, you can go to our website, 1946themovie.com. There you can sign up for our newsletter, send me an email. You can also buy some merch. We're the merch queen. I have gifts in the back too. I have stickers and pins. If you want one, come see me afterward. And then you can also figure out how to see the movie, which we're working on. So ask me afterward, but keep checking the website, keep checking our frequently asked questions. But your donations will help support our impact campaign to make sure that the film is seen in the audiences that need it the most. Included in our impact campaign will be a discussion guide that we're working on that'll help break down additional questions, more resources, and help encourage, again, conversation and change. Thank you again for allowing me to share my vision and my film project with you all. I hope you enjoy the presentation, and I look forward to meeting you all after the film. Thank you so much.
We still doing okay? Don't make me come out there, because I will. All right. We have another guest. This guest is special only because I've known her for years, but you know, all right. I'd like to introduce Tiffany Hassey. Sorry. Some mispronunciation in the past, so I want to make sure I got that right. Stuck with a fast-acting mind, she found herself gripped by obsessive-compulsive disorder and the ability to simultaneously, vulnerably perform her frustrations on stage. Tiff learned she had an ear and interest in the way words were strung together to be it sound, rhyme, or phonetics. She has brought her LGBTQ-themed spoken word to life through her TED Talk. Now she hits the stage for us tonight. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go, Tiff!
Look, my beliefs are rigid. I'm just kidding. The menace, no, not strict. The panic, this litany, prolific. Insipid, stupid. So listen, it's lucid, neck-tight, short usage, electric but fused with. This anguish detangled by synapse, I snap, diminish then back, pack my way up my brain again. I strain my pen, astringent scent, but then I shared a sentiment of twisted, sick, non-impotent, fat word stacked with lipid shit. So dense, pretense, past tense. Wait, who's tense? I hope I don't make you nervous. The perfect verse will slide like serpent. Slick and sharp, barber cut perfect, probably should listen. Urgent. And I'm where the party begins. It's not Bacardi, it's gin. With the binoculars, I'm seeing optical illusions like distorted vision sensory. I mentioned penitentiary in an old-ass poem, mentally. I'm over all this bantering, dismantled thoughts I've been all panicking, the Lanniston philanthropist. Look, I give you presence, time. but you still want presence. Why? I'm here. I'm still. I'm focused. I will transcend the alphabet beyond just basic sounds. I'm like a naked noun covered in hats and clothes and stacks and rows of bling. Backtrack behind the back of my throat, I sing. But see, it's really just poetry in motion. Convincing your mind to calm amidst the chaos. I long to take the pain off. That she must keep moving, otherwise things tend to get stuck, and I gotta shift and unplug the parts of myself that attaches to squalor. While we're on the topic of squalor, I profit that politics opts to get better. I mean, there's been monumental changes, and yes, we're still severed, but better than ever in awareness. I paired this one thought I had with its polar opposite. I asked first, worst case scenario, but then I mocked that shit, and was like, what if the best case scenario happens today? Like, what if I scrutinize all my body parts and love what I see? What if life is actually simple, like the birds and the bees? But we just overthink it all, recluse and stuck in the dungeon. That new smells pungent, no lovin'. I put the punch in the coffin, that cock is not gonna pop me unpopular in my head. I'm not a loogie, can't hawk me. Wait a minute, I'm the one spitting and talking. It would take you years to unlock me. Ooh, and even then, I mean, you probably wouldn't get too far. See, I spar back and forth with my own tongue, trying to scientifically break down these bitch-ass bars and these bitch-ass words, like Alfred Hitchcock and the Birds. They seem to go together. Like a knife and blood. You know, that rosy color. Bottom line is I'm okay with being intellectually insane. I'm the propane that lit the fire to produce the flame. And I got some secrets in bathrooms that only God and the dead can see. It's part vanity, part fear, part BDD. But either way, it's, off with my head to sleep. Oh, it's awful, but luckily, I'm familiar with the game Shadow. Only, in this version, it's just me and me. See, I ask a question, I answer. I propose a what-if scenario. I come up with a possible solution, arguing then justifying, but I'm the only one to peep. I mean, except for the dead and God, but no one to actually breathe and sneak and peek and tell on me, scrutinizing my body like priest and Bible, rabbi and Torah, Michael Jackson and nose. It's rigmarole that sold a million lies. Or are they lies? And is what I perceive in the mirror my visual truth? Residual shoes shown traces of emaciated wetlands. I stepped in a swamp so filthy. Goggles can't help me see my way out of this. Stuck between aquatic plants that don't grant me any oxygen. Like mucus, mucilaginous two-face, tryptone, and fit throwing my way down, down, down to the forest floor. And see, that's the bitch about body dysmorphia. Oh, and nowadays there's big hype about body dysphoria too. Not comfortable in my biological skin. I got a mastectomy too. By choice. I'm so grateful. One less infected section. Incessant thoughts, no more reflection for hours at a time. Well, at least not in that particular spot. As much. Not as much. But BDD is the compulsive, relentless gambling game that left you with less coins than you started. It travels in the tightest of nooks. Each cranny it will randomly hook. Suck you in, coax you closer, hoax like poker face. It's all a bluff you fail to call. Like the hidden snuff stored in your American Spirit cigarettes, it's all a bluff. It's marketing tactics, it's doing backflips, begging you to keep coming back until you forget what you are even coming for. Thank you.
I'm gonna pick on you. You can't do that, so come on. All right, we're about there. I want to take a quick moment and make sure we introduce Tatiana. She has touched your soul if you're in this room, I know it. She's touched my soul. About a year ago is where we actually met, which was here, believe it or not. I also had a film, and then you showed up, and your mom and your family, who I'm still waiting to adopt me, by the way. Amazing, amazing humans. And I will say, as LGBT storyteller and director, Tatiana has a gift. And if you engage in 5 minutes of conversation with Tati, you know this human is absolutely just full of love and strength and has the ability to do this. When I was your age, I did not have the courage to do what you're doing. And so to be here and see you do this at your age, man, I'm telling you, there is nothing more inspirational. For anyone out there who picks on our younger folks and younger generations, oh no, this younger generation, no. This younger generation is gonna save the damn world because y'all did it. My generation didn't do it. It's the damn young generation who's coming out and saying, no, you know what? I don't want to work those 40 hours at that minimum wage. No, I don't want that. No, actually, this is who I am. No, you know what? This is how I dress. This is how I look. That's the bathroom I use. Yeah. It's the younger generation that needs the love, needs the support, because we failed. So I encourage you, as you watch up here tonight, in the back of your head there's a word, and you're going to say this word after I say it. Are you ready? Yes. The word is unlearn. What? Unlearn. Everyone wants to talk about learning. Learning's great. You know what's harder? Unlearning. Unlearn that shit. Because you were put in a box the moment you were born. Yet you keep screaming at us to come out of the closet. I'm screaming back, come out of your box. Unlearn. Put that in the back of your head tonight, yes? Are you ready for this? All right, her heartfelt focus films have won her notable awards from NBC Universal, Telemundo, Hollywood Foreign Press Association, Warner Brothers Incredible Kid Award, and the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. I mean, come on. Y'all didn't do that, so what? She's going to change the damn world, and if anything, she's going to do it one at a time. And I'm here to back you no matter what you need, sister. I got you. Nothing but love. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here it is. Born this way. We okay? That was amazing. Finished doing this and all right. That was amazing, being raised in an Italian Catholic household. I get it. I get it. Deeply get it. Mm-hmm. We are going to set up our Q&A. I think we have chairs coming up. Yeah? Coming through? As our chairs are being set up, we're going to have Mattie, Doyle, Olivia, Tatiana come on up for our Q&A. I want y'all to think of questions, obviously, for our Q&A panel moment here where, get out of the way here. I'm gonna run around with this mic. If you have a question, I'll have you raise your hand. Doyle, I'm kind of mad at you right now. We'll have a chat later, me and you. Let's get this party going. Come on. We got a question already over here. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Real quick though, can you just say your names just in case here we know, I think they know who you are, but go, please.
I'm Tati.
I am Mattie.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Doyle.
Mattie, we're gonna talk later. I wanna know where you got that suit. All right. What is your name? Lexi. Lexi, I heard that, Lexi. You got a question for us?
I got a question. I just wanted to ask you guys if you related to the story that Tati wrote and stuff, and that, I guess more so like, did you guys go through something similar in order to have to get into that, how do I word this? Did you have to go into character, into any maybe past triggers or things you went through when you were younger? Or, does that make sense? That's the question.
Hi, yes, actually. I grew up going to a Catholic church my entire life, and so I kind of grew up learning all of the wrong things. And so, yeah, I heard about this film because my manager reached out with it, and I was like, let me take a look at it. I've never acted before, let me just see. And I read the script, or I don't even think I read the script. I think I read like a small synopsis and was like, yes. Because it's just so important. I immediately said yes, and I connected with the film so quickly just because of the way that I grew up around such homophobia and was like, this needs to be talked about so much more. So yes, I had to refer to.
I don't really have any personal relationship or experience with religion or organized religion like a church, but weirdly enough, the timing of the film came at a time when I was going through similar process of discovering gender identity and everything, and so it was kind of not going back into experience, but actively going through that sort of experience of gender identity and discovery, and it gave me a safe place because it's all queer cast and crew and everything, and being an actor that was not cis was a really scary, daunting idea, and so this kind of really gave me a lot of affirmation in the fact that it's a possibility. Those stories are being told, those people are telling those stories, and there is a place for non-cis acting and storytelling and filmmaking and everything, and so that was really nice to experience.
I was on the other end of my character. And so all I had to do was, I'm gay. Some of the cast and crew didn't know that, but rest assured I am. My religious background was very strict, and it was so strict that it kept me in the closet for many years. I was actually married for 27 years before I came out. And so I was on the receiving end of what Mattie had to hear and what you needed to hear. And so I was familiar with those words, those looks, and those feelings. And that kind of religious abuse of people who are different and people who do not conform to the requirements of the Christian community as prescribed by my church. And so that was strong enough and along with other factors to keep me in that box and in that closet for too long. But I'm free at last.
So you're gay, Doyle? It's crazy. All right. Who's got a question? Here we go. What is your name? River.
Hi, question for Tatiana. So you, obviously the characters have backstories, and because of like the framing of the film and kind of it being more about the conflict of religious trauma rather than who they are as people, we don't really get to know a lot about them. We know stuff about them, obviously, but we don't get to know like too much. How much of that backstory had you developed outside of what was shown in the film?
That's a good question. These people are all based on true people in my life. This entire story is based on the story of when I went to Lake Tahoe this past 2 summers ago, and I was a camp coordinator, which is awesome for youth. And you know, coming into it, it was a Christian camp, and I knew that. And growing up Christian, I hold on to my faith. And when I went there, I realized that I had this paralyzing fear that if I came out to my kids and my fellow staff, that I would not be accepted, and I had to live, in this place. So I was really scared, and just like you saw in this film, how Mattie hid the picture of her and her girlfriend, me and my girlfriend at that time, I had a picture just like that and hid it deep inside my suitcase because I was really scared to come out to anybody. Eventually though, I did, which is great. But the following summer, I decided I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be out and I'm gonna be proud and I'm gonna show those kids that it's totally okay to be Christian and LGBTQ and, really represent. Thank you. So when I went back, I had brought all my rainbow supplies. Like I had rainbow flag that was hung on my door and all my campers could see it. And I had rainbow pins, rainbow bracelets, rainbow everything. And I wanted to make sure everybody knew. And of course the kids caught on very quickly. And I had kids surprisingly coming out to me left and right and telling me how the homes they live in aren't safe and the churches that they're going to aren't safe spaces, and that hurt and broke my heart. And one kid in particular that stood out to me was transgender, and they had never had anybody call them by their pronouns. So I wanted to make sure as the camp coordinator that everybody respected each other's pronouns, and for the first time they were ever called by their pronouns by every single person in the entire camp. And that was so life-changing for them because they came into camp having no hope and no will to live. And when they left camp, they said that they're gonna remember this for the rest of their life.
All right, Rob, wipe your eyes again, because that one hit me. That one hit me. We got another question, someone? Come on, here we go. What's your name? Dan.
Yeah, just curious, follow up to that answer you gave. What was the response of the staff leadership to what you did?
Thankfully, staff was super supportive. I was very nervous that the staff wouldn't be supportive. Thankfully, I actually found out when I came out that 2 of my fellow staff members were also LGBTQ, which was, very surprising to me because most of the time I think we assume we're alone in these things and in these struggles. And what I've realized is that when you just take a second to just be vulnerable and be open about who you are and be authentic to you, that people will see you and they'll meet you right there. And not only that, you might have something to relate to them with, you know? I also would like to say that I did prance around my camp with a rainbow flag on my back, and nobody batted an eye, so that's great.
Question, come on. Here we go. What's her name?
Giovanna. I would like to know if...
Giovanna. That's right.
I was wondering if Tatiana, if you did all of the editing, and also I just wanted to comment that the editing and the acting and everything was stellar. And to know that this is just a starting point for each of you, that this is where you're going to grow from, is really incredible. And Doyle, you were super menacing, and I love it. Every cut, it was just it was so profoundly beautiful. I know that we all agree. It was incredible. So, did you do all the editing?
Thank you.
That was so sweet. Thank you so much. And thank you. I did not. I thankfully had a team, and I'm so grateful, especially if you're out there right now. Go team! Woo! We had a post-production team, and I'm super grateful for all of them. Our main editor was Ramon Charles, who might be out there right now. And then our co-editor was Vivi, and Vivi really helped us a lot. And I want to give Vivi a special shout out because she's the one who really helped make all the final pieces come together there for us. And I'm not tech savvy in the slightest when it comes to editing, so it really meant a lot to have all their help and yeah, for everybody to help out.
Oh, right here. What's her name? Patricia.
Hi, this question is for Tati. When did you know that you wanted to make this movie? Was there a catalyst? Was there a specific, or were you just laying in bed saying, I kind of want to make a movie?
That's a good question. That's really deep. So honestly, the conversation that you saw with the child who is transgender happened in real life, and I remember sitting there with this child who told me they wanted to end their life, and I had no idea what to do. And I knew it was because they were going through something I had similarly dealt with, of just feeling unseen and feeling, sorry, this is hard. This is hard to talk about. They wanted to take their life, and I felt like I wanted to save them. And I wanted to bring them hope. And I knew by being myself and by being true that I could bring them some hope and that I could help. And I realized that it completely changed their life. And I knew that this was something that not could just only help one person, but that this story could help many people and help many LGBTQ people.
I'm going to add to that. God spoke to her to do this film, and so God said, hey, yo, I need you to do this film, and there we go. Question, another question, here we go. Y'all making me work out, let's do it. What's your name? Sky.
Hi, my question is much less dynamic than my sibling over here, but on a technical level, how much planning and scope did you have going into this film, as opposed, and how much was like did you have it all tightly mapped and storyboarded going in, or was there like, oh, I have a loose idea and you made some stuff up on the spot? Like, what was the scope of the planning and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I went to Cal State Long Beach. Whoop, whoop.
The beach.
And at Cal State Long Beach, we were given an assignment to write a script. And then every week we had it laid out to, make a storyboard, meet with crew. And so everything from start to finish was definitely very thoroughly planned out. So all that beginning production process was 6 weeks, which is actually really, really fast turnaround time for short, like to make a film like this on this scale. But we were given a grant generously from the Hollywood Foreign Press Association to make this film. And we just so happened to have been given equipment from 6 weeks from that date. And so we were just go, go, go for 1 month straight trying to pre-production plan and get ready to go. But when it comes to improvisation, some of the things that you saw up on the screen were not in the script and were actually used because we thought, wow, that's even better than what's in the script. So yeah, I guess we did a little bit of fun when it came to editing.
I got a question. All right, I'm coming up here and I'm looking directly at you two right here and you two right here. I want to hear, if you have 30 seconds, approximately, no pressure. What does the older generation need to hear about what they need to do to help support y'all?
Like me specifically?
She takes credit card, Venmo. No, in terms of supporting our LGBTQ plus community, our queer community. We want less suicide. We want less depression. We want right? What do they need?
I think treating us as just people. I think a lot of older generations look at younger kids and think like, oh, you're not mature enough to have a voice or an opinion. And I think, thanks. I think just being able to really sit down and listen. I mean, I was struggling with my mom accepting who I was. I never got the chance to come out. That chance was always taken from me. And so she never really sat down and tried to understand. And one day she was just, I think we were both sick of her. And she was like, I just want to understand. And I was like, that's it. That's all you have to do. You have to say, I don't understand. And I think you understand a little bit more than I do. And I think her taking back that bias of being like, well, I'm older, I'm more mature, I have more life experience than you. Get rid of that. Step off your high horse and just kind of level the playing field and have a conversation with people who have experienced things that you just haven't, no matter the age. That's what yeah, unlearn, right?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said, man, kind of got it all. I think along with both listening, I think it kind of has to really go hand in hand with trust, because no matter what you think, maybe even it is a situation where it's they're gonna change their mind in a few years or whatever. It's not always about it's about what'll make them happy now, and what will keep trust between both you and a kid, and just being able to say okay, I see you, I understand you, I'm listening, and I trust you, with what you what you believe in yourself and how even if you change, yeah.
One last question, and I might have used the wrong pronoun just a second ago, so I apologize. It's they, them.
Yeah.
They, them, both of you? Okay. So you see how easy that was? I even screwed up and still corrected myself. It's that easy. All right. Last question, let's go. Here we go. What is your name? Elena.
Hi. So from like the first time you wrote the script to like the final stages of editing, so much of our political climate has changed in terms of how society like views and treats the LGBTQ plus community, especially the trans community. So my question for all of you is, how did your emotions towards like creating this movie change while everything was going on, especially in Florida?
Right. Oh my gosh. That's a good question. Yeah, honestly, it's hard for me sometimes to turn on the news because I just see all the things that are going on, and it makes me really sad. But I always see the hope and the good that people are doing, the bills that are passing that are positive towards us, and I think what we need to do is just keep backing those people up and keep fighting this battle, because right now, unfortunately, it is a battle that we have to fight to have just the same rights as a straight person, and to continue to fight for that. Yeah.
My feelings definitely progressed. I mean, I was proud to be a part of this project in the first place and honored that Tati reached out just to begin with. But I think as I saw the bills passing and all this scary stuff happening, it just made me more prideful to be a part of this thing. And I think it came out right when we needed it, right when people needed to see like this exact thing. I mean, all the bills that were passing and all of the changes that were being made, this came out, and it was like, I don't know, even sitting there, it just made me so much more proud, because I'm always in the back of my head, you know, I have a lot of friends in Florida that I keep in contact with, or I'm texting almost every day, and I'm like, yo, what's it like down there? And they're like, not good. So, I mean, having something visual like this to just sit down and like disconnect and see, and just, I hope more people get to see this, because it moved me, and it just made me more proud.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in states that are dealing with like everything. I had a friend that was queer and like moved to Texas within the past few years. Yeah, and yeah, it's really difficult seeing people be treated the way that they are. But yeah, this movie, it feels even more important now to spread this sort of message, and I think being able to work on it and being able to see our cast and crew and everything, and know that this is the future of filmmakers, of actors, of production. These are the people going into this industry that is so monumentally important to society and to keeping up with current political climates and everything like that. There's a lot of faith there in that this next generation, like Gio said, will be able to do some good.
I think I felt a sense of urgency, and the importance of the film for me grew over the time just because of the things that are happening. And with the Christian community who need to have the conversations that this film brings up and the questions that they're asked, the questions that Mattie asked me, why do you believe that? And the simple answer, because the Bible says so. And the 1946, I haven't seen the film, but I'm very interested in seeing the film because I believe that gives us a talking point and a point to share with folks who may be closed off, and a chance to have them maybe unlearn and think. I believe in the power of art and the arts to change people. You see a visual image, you watch a performance, you see a piece of artwork, you see a dance, and you see sculpture, whatever it is, whatever the arts is, it has a power to touch us here. And this is where the change will happen, in your hearts. The mind, yes, but ultimately we need to love and let our hearts lead us. Thank you.
So stay where you are. We have a little surprise for you. Mimi Masher, come on up, please. Mimi Masher, if you don't know Mimi, she's with council member Cindy Allen in District 2. Hit me up today and was like, so Gio, we got a thing here. I'm gonna let her.
Okay, yeah, so my name is Mimi Masher, and I know Tati, to me, she will always be Vivi Vicious from the Long Beach Junior Roller Derby, where we accept individuality and encourage it. Tonight I'm here representing the Vice Mayor Cindy Allen, and we really wanted to tell you how proud we are of you and all your work. It's not easy being out loud and proud and celebrating for everybody, so we just wanted to thank you so much for all you're doing. Vice Mayor actually is an LGBTQ mother, yes, and a roller skater. So we will hang out again soon when she has a chance to be here. Thank you so much. Thank
you. Mimi's bringing me back to the 80s. The 80s, yes. She brought it. She brought it. All right. Congrats on that, Tati. Yeah, right on.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna close up, but first, can we get, we need to thank some folks here. Tati's familia, where are you at? Stand up, please, stand up, come on. Where are you at? We see Mama there. Papa, yeah, we're over here. Give it up for Tati's family. We have to give it up for Grace First Church, who allowed them to film for free. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association, gotta give it up, gotta give it up. The GoFundMe sponsors, GoFundMe is available on the Step and Repeat. You'll see the QR code. How do we get this film out there? Money. So, you're gonna go out there, that Step and Repeat that you took a picture in front of, there's a QR code. If you can get word out, because money is what's gonna get this to circulate out there, right? So we need that for film festivals, so get that going, huh? Cast and crew, we have some of you already here. Is there anyone out there? Stand up. Cast, crew, anyone else? Let's go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up! This is not possible without all of those amazing humans. And, let's give it up to you, the audience. Thank you for coming out supporting. We want you all to also tag photos and things of that sort on social media, get word out there. Most importantly, as we close today, also we have to vacate by 9:15. By what? 9:15. By what? 9:15. All right. I just want to say as we close up,
one thing is a bunch of people were coming in when we were about to start. I would love to get pictures and say hello to everybody. So if you didn't get the chance to say hey, you can meet me at the Step and Repeat, okay? Great, okay.
Y'all gonna need that picture, because when this one's, rich and famous and making movies, they're gonna be like, oh my God, I went to that first. All right, yeah. We don't even have a picture. What's up with that?
We gotta get one. We gotta get one.
All right, we'll get a picture. Before we leave tonight, again, thank you all. What was that word I said at the very beginning? You gotta unlearn. It doesn't question your faith. It doesn't question what you believe. It's not a judgment on you. We, as a queer community, are asking you to stop asking us about when we're coming out of the closet. Instead, look in the mirror and ask yourself when you're coming out of your box. Have a great night. Thank you.